All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Akakwadash. Want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who are the true leaders of Israel today, who rule well. Okay, want to say a sincere Shalom to the hopeful elect, the men, women, and children who believe in the names Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai. Okay, it's two brothers coming back with you with this truth. Brother Yakal.
Shalom.
Shalom, we two brothers from GMS Cleveland Camp, Lil Willing with an edifying lesson, man. And basically, just want to go into this real quick. This was down my timeline today. That one brother who uploads like information, Rawi La Yasharal, I believe his name, and basically this has to do with the Italian government. It says right here, it says Italy orders companies not to pay the unjabbed workers, man, those who have not taken those waters. And we're gonna be using code words as you brothers and sisters, by now, so that way brothers, pages, etc. don't get striked or whatever. It says, I'm going to start off reading. It says, the Italian government has passed a decree applying to both the private and public sector, ordering companies to withhold pay from workers who refuse to take the juice. The decree mandates that all employees get the juice green pass, which led to questions about what would happen to the millions of Italians who remain unwatered. It says the government is attempting to avoid potential legal action by directing companies not to fire the unwatered, but simply to not pay them, while telling employees not to show up to work under threat of being fined if they do so, man. Okay, which is more on here, but hey, this is in the scriptures, man, because Esau, again, it part of prophecy in Revelation 13 chapter, it tell you that he calls it all both small and great, man, which you understand that's the MOTB having to do with the CHIP, okay, which starting with Els Apostles, they've been bringing it out for decades now, warning our people what's to come, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you Israelites, okay, because Esau, Edom, so-called white man, this is his agenda, man. This is prophesied that he would do this, but this juice, these waters, whatever code word you want to use, this is a precursor to that, man. And we see he's taking people's livelihood away who don't want to take it. And this is, I got a precept.
If I may, real quick, before you even get that precept, I wanted to get this one real quick.
Hey,
just speaking on the wickedness, because you mentioned employers,
right?
And if you go into them words, we understand employee literally means a slave.
That's right.
Literally. So this is real quick before you grab that one. Leviticus 19 verse 13, going into the wickedness of these employers,
right,
which it really goes back to Esau, because he's the main one that's the CEOs of these different companies, Fortune 500 companies. He's the main one.
And they're juiced in with the government, you know what I'm saying? Right.
Leviticus 19 and 13, it says, thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him the wages of him that is hired. It says, the wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning. So here it is, you're supposed to be paid every day by sundown. That's in the scriptures. But this devil, he'll pay you starting off a week in a hole, and then bi-weekly or every week, depending on the employer, how they set it up.
Right.
But here it is, we just read that the wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning. That's showing you the wickedness of this place, man. All right, and go ahead.
Oh yeah, he's unjust too, because while he's holding your money, your paycheck, he'll literally take that money to invest in certain stuff. He'll make money off your money, then take a bunch of tax and stuff out your money, then give you a smaller portion of what you actually work for.
That's why you got what's known as garnishing your check. Here it is, before you even receive your check, he already took out FICA, Medicare, if you worked in multiple cities, you know what I'm saying? He's taking out, these different taxes before you even get it, man. But you got it, what you have.
Yeah, this is Sirach 34 and verse 21. The bread of the needy is their life.
There it is. This is what we laboring for. You know what
daily
I'm
bread.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says the bread of the needy is their life, and he that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood, man. And we had brought this out of camp yesterday, man. Okay, because that's exactly what Esau does, man. Hey, the bread of the needy is their life, man. Basically, in this society, Esau is the rich, like Buzz always go into, it's the very rich and the very poor, man. Okay, and people are just working 2 to 3 jobs, just trying to sustain. It's to make ends meet, man. Working 2 jobs, not even like prospering, living good. Like, it's to make ends meet, just have a little bit of money left over, maybe do something nice for the kids every now and then. But yet Esau, he's making it hard for him to even get that, man. Like we're reading right here in this article, he's literally trying to take away. He's literally trying to, like what the scripture say. He calls it all both small and great.
Can you bring that part back? The beginning part of that verse.
Sirach 34 and 21. The bread of the needy is their life. he that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood.
There it is, man. He's a man of blood. He's a bloodshed. He's a murderer.
Right.
All right, because if you're depriving a man of his living, you're taking away his ability to take care of not only himself, but if he got children, his family, his house. That's wickedness, man. So he's a man of blood. You causing him to be brought to poverty.
That's right.
Or he could starve to death.
Yeah, because he's trying
he could go be in the winter and not have enough to pay for his heat, like we seen this last year, and we understand it's a dark winter coming, and he fuck around and drop dead because he can't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you a man of blood, Esau.
It's basically indirectly killing you. Like, look, I'm not. I didn't physically kill him, but you took away his ability to be able to feed himself, etc. You know?
Yeah. This is real quick because you mentioned the key word needy, and then I know there's one more on there. Yeah. Deuteronomy 24:14. This is the one I was looking for. I started with Leviticus, but this is the one I was looking for. Deuteronomy 24, verse 14. It says, "Thou shalt not oppress an hired servant that is poor and needy." It says, "Whether he be of thy brethren or of thy strangers that are in the land within thy gates." It says, "At his day," verse 15, "at his day thou shalt give him his hire, neither shall the sun go down upon it. For he is poor and setteth his heart upon it, lest he cry against thee unto the Lord, and it be a sin unto thee." You see? So it said what? At his day thou shalt give him his hire, neither shall the sun go down upon it. These two scriptures go hand in hand. The one we opened up with and this one here. These are poor and needy servants that you hired, man. And like it mentioned, for he is poor and setteth his heart upon it. Here it is. His whole mind is on, all right, I'm about, hey, man, I done put in overtime. I know I got this amount of money coming. I know for overtime you get time and a half. I got the regular 8 hours, you know what I'm saying, throughout the week. I can rent up my 40. I got overtime. I got this much coming. You know what I'm saying? He set his heart upon it. Okay.
And I remember it's just a testimony. I remember that literally happening in my me experiencing it, man. Yeah. I remember at my job this happened. This was like a year ago. Like when this lockdown stuff first started happening, basically Jake was uptight, and basically I saw him, I was listening, I overheard him. He basically was asking, Esau at the job, like, look, can you give me the money I work for this week? Because in my job we get paid bi-weekly. So he basically was asking him, look, I need the money I work for this week. Can you give me my money? It's my money I work for. I need it to be able to pay a couple bills or whatever. Yeah. And Esau told him no. Like, look, here it is. He didn't work for it. It be you that's holding it back for him, so he can't pay us. Like, come on, that's wicked, bro.
Yeah, it's wicked, bro. So you could finish where you was at.
Sirach 34. I'm gonna go to verse 22. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him. And see, that's what we went into. I said it. That's indirectly killing him. Because, like, look, you're literally, look, I'm not killing you physically. I'm not taking a knife and putting you to death. But, look, I'm making it where you can't afford to get anything in the society, man. It says, he that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him. And he that defraudeth the labor of his hire is a bloodshedder, man. Because, again, that's the equivalent to murdering somebody, man. Again, you have people, you're going to have a bunch of people out here not being able to feed their children, okay, their families, etc. because they can't work because all these different mandates, man. Going back to what we was going into.
Yep, and that's why what you're having taking place with these healthcare workers, the ones that's been fired for not taking their job.
Right.
In so many words, they're calling up the National Guard. So you're going to see a lot more armed troops and guards out here taking over some of these different jobs. They were even talking about National Guard taking children to school because the bus drivers were quitting, man. So, hey, man, things is turning up, man.
Yeah, it's much boring this too, because like we were just reading the precepts about the fact of the defrauding the man, etc. It's just equivalent to slaying him. Like we're gonna continue to read on. They're literally making it where literally it's no way out, man. Like literally they're making, not only are they saying they're doing it in a technical way where we're not gonna fire you, but some places is just straight up firing you. But basically what the Italian government is talking about is we're not gonna literally fire you. We're just not gonna pay you as long as you can't show up to work or whatever, as long as you don't take the waters. And then they're saying, look, you don't even get, if you get fired, you can't get employment for not taking you get fired for not taking the waters. Like they're really making it impossible. It says the government is attempting to avoid potential legal action by directing companies not to fire the unwatered, but simply to not pay them, while telling employees not to show up to work under threat of being fined if they do so. So if you go show up to work in Italy, now they're about to make this a mandate. If you show up to Italy while taking the waters, you can be fined. So not only are they not paying you, they're going to take money from you. It says, instead, they should be considered to be on unjustified absence and have their wages or salaries withheld. And that's literally what we just read. It said have their wages or salary withheld. Go back to Sirach 34 and 22. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him, and he that defraudeth the labor of his hire is a bloodshedder, man. So Esau, hey, this is unrighteous decrees, man. And we know what the scriptures say, man. Woe to him that decree unrighteous decrees. So Esau, again, this is all culminating. This is why Esau is about to get judged, man, because we're coming to that time where he's about to try to fill his belly, and it's getting so bad on the earth. What the scriptures say, if the Most High don't shorten the days, no flesh should be saved, man. Right. So the Most High, he has to, how about Shimon Shai has to intervene now, because Esau, he's going too far. It says, those found to be working without the water's passport could be punished with fines of up to $1,500. Additionally, the government said it would not cater for the test costs for those who prefer to not take the waters. Even those who have had the thing, recover and develop antibodies will still have to get at least one dose of the waters, presumably just as a performative show of compliance. See, and that's exactly what it's about. He's literally telling himself. He says, presumably just as a performative show of compliance, man. So that's what he wants. He wants you to comply, submit to the beast system, man. Okay, worship the image of the beast.
We understand, because this is just a precursor of the MOTB.
That's right.
That CHIP that's to come. Here it is, man. Like it says in Revelation 13 and 15, that whosoever would not pretty much conform to the image of the beast should be killed. And that's what it's gonna come down to, man. Your life gonna be on the line. Yeah, was that it on there?
It's a little bit more.
Go ahead.
It says Italy extended its water passport scheme to schools and universities on September 1st. Teachers were told they faced being fired if they didn't take it, and students were mandated to take it to attend classes. The unwatered were also banned from using long-distance public transport, meaning that holidays, travel for work, and visiting relatives has become impossible for many. Venues such as museums, stadiums, theaters, gyms, and indoor seating spaces as bars and restaurants all require the water to identification, and business can be fined thousands of euros for not enforcing the rules. So even if a business so-called doesn't care about people having the waters or whatever, they're basically saying, look, well, we're gonna fine you if you don't enforce what we're saying, man. So it's wickedness, man. You know?
This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 7. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. It says, and the gift destroyeth the heart.
That's right.
So that's why we as wise men are upset. All right, the rest of these people, they going forward with it. You know, hey, whatever it is for my job, I gotta do this. But we upset, man, because we're being oppressed, and now it's starting to affect the masses of you people.
That's right.
All right, everything that's happening right now today, all right, in regards to politics and the economy, is starting to affect the masses of you people, man. All right, so again, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad.
That's right.
That's why we upset. Go ahead.
This is Matthew 24. I quoted it. Matthew 24. And I'm starting at verse 21. This is in the red letters, Yahushua. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. So we see that how the tribulation is beginning, man. Okay, hey, we see it. We'll say all these are the beginning of sorrows, man. We see the different food shortages, the different supplies not being able to come in through the ports, etc. And then main thing, Esau coming down with great wrath, all these different mandates, etc. Again, taking away people's livelihood for not complying. Like we read in the article, he said for compliance, man. Okay, so we see how all this is coming to that great time of great tribulation, man. Okay, you're gonna have, like the brother made mention of, more troops on the streets. Expect more these Edomites, okay, these militia groups, etc. to have a civil unrest, man, civil uprising, civil war. Verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, man. So, hey, that's exactly why I quoted, man. The fact that all these different, we see these different mandates, etc. That's why the scriptures say to not fear these things, but hey, understand that Yahushua is coming back soon, man. Okay, we just got to keep our integrity and not bow down, like we just read right here. I'm gonna read it again. It says, they will have to get at least one dose of the waters, presumably just as a performative show of compliance, man. So our job, our instructions, what we're commanded to do is not give compliance to the beast system, man. So if we do that, Yahweh Shimon Shai is going to look out for that remnant, man, who are not trusting the shadow of Egypt, man. Okay, Yahweh Shai is going to come back soon to take this devil out of power, man. Okay, to put up one that's profitable, because this devil clearly has no business being an authority, because look what he's doing, you know? Right. But, that was it for real.
Yeah. Okay, so we hope that was edifying. We love to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, HaKakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who were well. Much love, salutations to the active scattered abroad. All right, so we say shalom and above the wall.
Shalom, shalom.